Alright, this script is a personal expense tracker made with Streamlit. It tracks expenses, set budgets, and calculates saving and investing percentages, and then finally gives visual reports. You'll see this broken into 7 core parts: config, data handling, stream app, UI, reports, edit expenses, set budget percentage, and set income. So, diving into the configuration part of this, as you can see here, um, we have our imports. So the Streamlit runs the web app. Pandas reads and writes expense data in CSV files. Matplotlib and Plotly Express and Plot Graphs objects are used to generate visual charts. OS helps check if the data files exist, and datetime helps handle the format dates. You can see here. So these are the file names for saving your data locally, and these are the categories, or these are the categories here. Uh, this list defines available categories with adding or editing expenses. Note that we removed the investing from here. Instead of investing, it is now handled as a percentage of savings. So, diving into data handling. This section contains utility functions used to load, save, and update and delete data. The define load expenses checks if the expenses CSV file exists. If it does, it loads with pandas.read CSV. It ensures that the date column is phrased properly, even if some formats are mixed or missing. If the file doesn't exist, it returns the empty data frame with the right columns. The define save expense date category amount loads existing expenses, appends the new row with given data, and writes back to the expense CSV. Yes, CSV. The defined update expense index updates a specific row in the CSV by index using editing. And the defined delete expense index deletes the row from file by its index. These functions read and write budget percentage and income value from CSV files. The same concept is loading if it exists otherwise to start the defaults. The investing allocation is the defined investing allocation, which is down here. This saves the percentage of your savings that you want to allocate to investing. It is stored in a simple text file. All right, so diving into the Streamlit app UI. This sets up your navigation menu and main page logic. The ST title, personal expense, and the menu equals ST sidebar ratio. So the ST title creates the main page title, and the ST sidebar radio creates the vertical menu in the sidebar. This is a user's choice to determine which page codes runs. So each menu item opens a section. So add expense. So a date using ST date input, a category using ST select box, and an amount using ST number input. When the save expense button is clicked, it calls the save expense parentheses to store the file. What this does in Streamlit, it becomes an interactive form for the page. As the user picks each item, it updates clicking the button that adds it to that CSV file. The view expense loads your expense data, formats the date column into a readable format with DTSTR time, and displays it with SG data frame DF display. The flagged expenses, which are the average, DF amount, mean, flagged equals DF amount, greater than average, times 2. This finds any expense that's more than 2 times the average. It shows these in their own table below the main list. If you see your full code in the table followed by a flagged emoji and flagged section with outliers like $600 for dinner, that doesn't belong. Now diving into reports. So we want to load and filter by month. We use that DF month and selected month. This extracts the month from each expense date, lets you pick the month from the drop down, and filters expenses to show only that month. So our budgeting logic is with the it's this section here. Um, so this gets a percentage budget of for savings and calculates the amount based on income and splits that savings versus investing based on the investing slider. So now diving into the summary cards, the ST columns 3 displays the income, total spending, and savings summary. The ST metric shows numbers with optional delta arrows. The pie chart, which is the PX pie, breaks down total spending into category and creates a colorful pie chart using plot Y. The bar chart, which is go figure, which is the budget versus the actual, creates a bar for the actual spending in each category. It overlays the dotted line for budget amount, and if you're over budget, it shows it's clearly with the visual separation. So our insights are with our 4-row. This compares spending versus budget for each category. It shows a check mark or an error message based on the over/under budget. All right, now going into edit expenses. We'll start with the DF display, DF copy, selected row equals ST select box. This loads a list of all expensive entries by index. When the entry is selected, it shows the editable widgets, which is date input, category drop down, and amount input. Buttons below allow the user to update calls using update expenses and delete calls using delete expenses. Now looking into set budget, this page has 2 parts. First, you need to choose your budget, which presents whatever rule that we want to use. So in this case, it was the 50-30-20 rule. This user can choose a present like the 50-30-20 rule, or enter a percentage for the or like the custom category using ST slider. We have our investing allocation. So our investing allocation is the ST slider investing allocation. It lets the user choose what percentage of savings should go into investments. It is stored in the investing allocation text using save investing allocation. Next, or kind of finally actually, we have our set income. So this is a simple page to update your monthly income. It allows the user to input a number and saves it to the income CSV file when they click the button. So to wrap everything up, now we have a fully interactive visual expense tracker that budgets logic tied to actual spending, has smart savings/investing calculations, file-based persistence that works even offline, and safe editing, flagging, and visualization of all data. Thank you.